In 2021, the JSE launched its Enterprise Acceleration Programme as a means to drive opportunities for SMEs. Since then, the program has been able to accelerate the growth of over 15 companies across several sectors ranging from oil and gas to mining, construction, energy, IT, and real estate. Participating companies have been able to grow their revenue, increase the number of new employees, expand to new markets, as well as secure the right level of funding. In 2022, the first cohort successfully completed the program and graduated. To share some insights about the impact of the program, we spoke to Finclusion, an enterprise that was part of the 2022 cohort.
Hi, my name is Timothy Nui. I'm the co-CEO and co-founder of Finclusion Group. My background has been financial services on the African continent for the past decade. Started off with a German private equity group where we bought banks in Africa. We sold that business in 2014 to Bob Diamond's Atlas Mara. And I then joined a microfinance group across the African continent till about 2018, when I started Finclusion Group with my partner and co-founder and co-CEO Tonderai Mutetswa. So ultimately at Finclusion, we're trying to build a neobank for Africa, offering people the financial services they truly need. We're credit-led and start everything with credit because we believe that's both the hardest financial service to get right, but also the most important and most meaningful today in a continent where people can't get access to finance. And most people every day struggle with their financing. We do believe in the long-term services such as deposits, savings, and wealth management will become important, but today the need we see is in credit. We believe about making financial services simple and smart, easy for people to access, easy for people to understand. We're currently active in South Africa, Tanzania, and Kenya within our core markets. And then through our venture portfolio, we're also active in Eswatini, Namibia, and provide services in a number of other markets, including Uganda. So ultimately, being an aspiring neobank as Finclusion, I think we realized that money is our inventory. So the most important thing in our business is access to money, because we effectively borrow money and then lend it out, which means that sourcing capital is at the core of our business, at the heart of what we do. And different from most startups, we don't just need equity, but we need working capital, which means access to wholesale capital. And I think capital markets are the most, long-term efficient way to access these. If you look at sort of a lot of the successful financial services businesses in South Africa, whether it was a retail capital or an RCS, they all had listed bond programs that were active on the JSE. So getting early exposure to the JSE was extremely interesting and very aligned with our business of basically building out that funding pipeline for our core business. So I think when the opportunity arose, that's what immediately attracted to us, and then really learn about the capital market opportunities early and make sure we built the business so that it was fit for funding when the time is right, because obviously we can do a lot of things today in laying the foundation for where we want to go in the future. The most important session for us was actually the session with the JSE capital raising team and really understanding the different type of instrument, where some of the more fintech-based boards in the JSE are developing to. But outside of that, I think some of the mentoring sessions were extremely valuable, particularly the one with Scott Cundale, who was very engaging and very helpful on sales strategies. And then I think the third component was getting access to other founders, extracting and sharing experiences that one otherwise wouldn't have shared. So we definitely benefited in the joint learning there as well. Across Africa, SMEs, formal and informal, are really what underpowers the economy. A very big part of this economy is stimulated by SMEs. The growth will come from SMEs, innovation will come from SMEs, and that needs to be powered for general economic growth, which ultimately creates market for all of those institutions. I think ultimately participation in the program comes packed with a whole range of very valuable workshops. We rated the one with Scott the most because it helped us the most, but I think there were 10, 12 valuable workshops. It comes with an extremely good cost-benefit purposes for startups. It's a good networking opportunity, and I think it also, it's exciting to be part of something that an institution like the JSE organizes, and ultimately capital raising is important for everyone. So yeah, I think definitely I would recommend any startup to participate. Thanks to obviously everyone at the JSE and Endeavor that made this possible.
Congratulations to Finclusion for participating in the JSE Enterprise Acceleration Programme and graduating. The JSE wishes you well in your next growth phase.